we are annotating Charles de Gaulle's speech. The speaker is Charles de Gaulle, who led the French resistance during World War II. The occasion is just a few weeks after Dunkirk, which happened in early World War II. The audience is French men and women who are worried or scared of impending doom. The purpose is to ensure that France is strong and will not go down without a fight, and the tone is prideful of France determined to not give up.
Okay, so our chunks are, the first one, we have 4. The first one starts here and ends here, and in this one he's just kind of giving background to what is going on in France right now, and how and how the French government has kind of given up to the Germans. And then right here to here, it flips, and Charles starts speaking about how France is not giving up and how she's strong and won't fully give in to Germany. The next one is from here to here, and it is talking about how every country is going through what France is going through, and like how this is like one big giant world war of all the countries, and so, or not all of them, but like it's generalizing everything to the whole world. And then the last one is here, and it is Charles's final call on the French men and women to support their army and do anything they can to lead French out of German control. Okay. And then in the first paragraph, our first thing that we notice is right here when he says, "It is quite true that we are and still are overwhelmed by enemy mechanized forces, both on the ground and air." He is conceding right there. He wants the people he's trying to rally up to know that he understands the situation France is in and that knows what's going on.
Right here where it says the Germans, the tactics of the Germans, it's a hasty generalization because it's saying that all the Germans are represented by just a few, like the Nazis, and they're just not all like that.
The next thing is whenever Charles starts asking these rhetorical questions at the start of the second chunk, he says, "Has the last word been said? Must we all abandon hope? Is our defeat final and I don't know." Basically, he's asking all these rhetorical questions so to inspire audience and like build their trust, and that he knows like what France is going to do. And then right after that, he says, he answers no, because nobody wants to do all those things. And then he says, "Speaking in full knowledge of facts." And this is sort of a claim of fact, how he's saying, I know everything, like behind the scenes, so I know that France is not lost.
Alright, hold on, stopping the video.
Okay, so the next one we found was right here where it's talking about France. So it says, "France is not stand alone. She is not isolated," and then it goes on to refer to France, the country, as like she multiple times, kind of personifying her. And this is so it sees like the people of France see their country as like a strong and powerful like leader or force, much like the kind of woman they're describing here.
The next one is in the last paragraph where it's talking about the destiny of the world is at stake. That's a hyperbole, and it's saying that if they don't win this war, then the whole world is going to like just end. And so the general is trying to convince everybody that they have to win and give them an extra sense of motivation. And then in the bottom, it says the flame of the French resistance, and that's a metaphor saying how the French resistance is going to spread out like a flame, how it's just going from everywhere to everywhere.
So in conclusion, Charles de Gaulle does a good job of combining ethos, pathos, and different figurative languages to inspire the French people and reassure them that their country is not lost in the start of the World War II, even though they're under German control.